101. Time for bed. It's 11:09. The day rating is a 7. Got to sleep in just a little bit today. Walked the pup. It was really nice outside, so we enjoyed the walk. And then I tried to get ready to go for a run, but my friends said they're going to be here at 8:30, and so I just ran out of time. I didn't want to leave them hanging again. So I just decided to stay here. So I did some pull-ups, push-ups, and then try to do a couple dishes, get the water kennel pack ready, and then we went to go hike Tom's Thumb. And on our way out there, we were just talking, joking around, and they were just saying, "Oh, I've never been out here before." And said, "Yeah, it's not too much out here, but if you know these two trails, they're really good." And they said there's two we go to. One of them's, they're both fairly steep, and that's what they wanted. They wanted a nice steep trail. So I said they're both steep. One of them, it's a little bit more, not paved, but the trail is a little bit more clear. And the other one, it definitely looks like you're out in the middle of nowhere and you randomly find a trail. But it's a nice hike, and once you get to the top, it's just really nice. It's quiet. You feel like you're out of town. Where there's the other one, it's a little bit closer, and you still kind of feel like you're in the city, but you're on the outskirts of it. So they said, let's go to the further one, the more challenging one. So we did that and had a great hike. We only saw about 10 people out on the trail, which from what I remember, we used to go on Saturdays with my buddy, and we would be passing 30 to 40 people both directions. So it was definitely a nice change to have it quiet, and we just chatted the whole time about relationships and family and jokes and movies. And then we got up, and I brought a couple power bars. One was, well, not power bars, but protein bars. One was peanut butter, chocolate, and fudge. The other one was peanut butter, chocolate peanut butter. It said like Reese's type, I guess. And so I was like, "Which one do you want?" They both sound good, so they picked the one with fudge. They got the better one. I got the one with the peanut butter. It was both fine, but we just sat and chat for a bit. And we took a couple pictures, and my friend wanted to do a TikTok up there, and I said, it's a little bit windy. I don't know if you're gonna be able to hear it or see it. Or of course you can see it, but it might be easier to do it more towards the bottom where the wind isn't hitting us so hard. So walk back down, we get down the trail, and it was one of those ones where I don't know what's going on, and they just said, just do this and this, and then they kind of improvise and do other things, and so I was like thrown off by it, and like, you should have seen your face, it was so funny. Like, it wasn't funny. Then we joked around, and I tried to do this little dance when they turned around, and they ended up catching on camera, so they started laughing. And they said, "I'm totally gonna keep this in there." I was like, "Please don't. It was just supposed to be for fun, and just edit it out." And I said, "Oh, we should have done the running one." And the running one is you grab someone's in front, someone's in back, and the person in the back picks up the person in front. So the person in front starts to, it goes to this little melody, and you slowly start running, right? So you're just here, 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 and then it goes, just picks up, and there's like, I'm missing the song completely, but it goes with the pace of the music, and you go from really casual, okay, you're just being weird, to full on sprinting, right? So you're there sprinting, and the person's struggling to hang on to them, and eventually just kind of lets go. And so we just did both of them just for funsies, and we both kept laughing, and then they kept trying to look at the video on the way back, at the drive back, and they just kept laughing and laughing and laughing. So That was funny. Oh, excuse me. Then I'd run to the post office. I had to get my protein stuff. And I talked to the guy and said, "Oh, we're gonna be more familiar with you." And he said, "What? Why?" And he said, "Oh, because if you order this every month, if it's as a monthly subscription," which I told him, I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm picking this up. It's a thing I'm subscribed to, so I get it one a month." And he just said, "Well, we're gonna be familiar with each other because unless they go through some other mailing service, these four companies only deliver here, and these four companies are contracted to not," which I find it so weird. But he said they're not allowed to leave them on your doorstep. And so the company must have changed because the last two times they left on the doorstep, and this time they tried to deliver it to the mail, but it wouldn't fit in that little box. So he said, "Oh, well, just start getting familiar with you. I'll try to remember you." I said, "Okay, we'll see what happens." So picked that up, came back, took a shower, got something to eat. I had 2 chicken sandwiches and 1 turkey bacon sandwich, and then slowly dozed off. And it was about, what time was it? I don't know, 4:30. About 4 to 5:30, and I dozed off, and then I woke up. I was like, okay, I got 2 things today. One's the trail run, which I really want to go to because I missed the run in the morning. And there's 2, it's the bowling night, which is a little bit later, so technically I could kind of make that one. I showed up just late. But there was a storm that came in. It was going from about 5 o'clock, which I know I was kind of sleeping, but I woke up and kind of noticed that it was coming in, and I had a storm warning on my phone. And I said, well, that's gonna kind of take the run out, and so maybe I'll wait a little bit and go to the bowling. Excuse me, I just didn't feel like driving that far out of town, especially if it's kind of storming out. So I just stayed in. I made some mac and cheese, had some edamame just for protein, a little bit of veggies. Then I watched the Game of Thrones episode, it's better than last week, which I really appreciate. And then right as it was ending, the last 30-40 seconds, my buddy Gary called from Missouri, and we were chatting for about an hour. And I was trying to put away some laundry that I had started from right after the hike. And then then yeah, just my buddy had texted, said, "Hey, you want to go for a run? A late run?" I was like, "I don't know, man. It's a little bit stormy," and I mean, it calmed down, but I was a little worried that it was still kind of stormy outside. But he had said, or I was thinking, I don't know what time and how far are you gonna go. He said, "Well, I just got off work, so." Then he kind of left it there. I'm like, okay. And then he said, "How far are you away?" And I said, "It's about 13 miles to get to you." He said, "You know what? We'll just try to plan it for another week." I said, "Okay, sure thing." I was getting ready to eat anyway, so I'm just gonna keep heating up the noodles and then call it a night. And so that's when I had eventually ate dinner. But that's what I had. Just the mac and cheese, edamame. Both were good. Had enough mac and cheese for tomorrow as well, so I'll probably have that for lunch. Unless I wake up early enough to go walk the dog, go for a run, and then go to the store, which Tuesdays are busy. It's already 11:20, so I don't know how this is gonna go. But got in 60 push-ups, 50 chin-ups today. Probably do another set right now before bed. And then we're back to salsa tomorrow. So run your life with health and happiness, and have a good night.